nothing's changed, but it remains the same. We're just exploring some of the areas that we haven't even like touched in the main game, just to see if we can learn something about both ourselves and the environment around us, right? Yep, just for reference, that's how that has always looked when I'm jumping up the thing. I'm trying to get a reference point. Low key, let's go to that house over there in the distance. It's hard to see, but it's there. Ugh. I don't have much to talk about. We're in the same session, just blazing through. Looking for locations in easy areas. We found like so many fucking stim packs already. It's kind of like ridiculous that the game is balanced so poorly. I gotta go all the way here and bang. Who's shooting me? Who? I can't see. It's very unclear. I've been playing this game for a while and it's still like very hard to see or tell if anything's ever happening. Especially in some of the areas, their like lighting design kind of takes over the functionality of the game, so it's like impossible to see what's going on. No, nothing in the first aid kit, huh? Alright, well, there's an enemy. Good job. Always pick up the recipes. Baseball grenade. Really? This big ass thing you ain't hear coming up? What are you? Does it even matter? I think this river is supposed to be a little bit of a barrier. Saying that there's nothing, I just need contrast. Saying that there's nothing beyond that river but mountains. And Virginia. Always remember that it's Virginia. Still Virginia. Because they remember. It's Virginia. Country road. Nice. We'll take them home. Oh. We got a little upgrade. Damn. It's a strong sledgehammer. Actually can't tell what I'm not using. But anyway. They remember West Virginia. Okay. Spot. I was just dazing off real quick, and I was just thinking about, like, what if Bethesda, like, made a new engine? That would be something I'd be interested in seeing. Like, or if they used a different engine for the next game. Because I think, like, if I'm just talking, like, predictions and we want to just take it into a macroscopic, but also, like, a nice place, or a pleasant place, it's like, what if they created a new engine for the new games, like Fallout 5 and like Elder Scrolls 6 ran on a entirely different engine? Whether that be the Unity engine, the Tech engine, or they created it. They actually make a new engine. That would be cool to see. I actually can't see them because I can't see any engines right now. Just the death machine, right? That's what I am. That's why I came. To kill and destroy. Alright, that didn't work how I thought it would. Oh. You gotta loot them before they even hit the ground, so they know that you're serious and not playing. Alright, well, I think that's it for this whole entire place. West Virginia, I remember. Country Road. We found Stimpak, Super Stimpak. Why is the late game so hard, but the early game is just like Stimpaks for years? Like, it's not even a like starting Stimpak, it's just like all Stimpaks all the time. So you can fast travel to Vault 76 for some reason. The reason I keep looking up is because I want to see whether or not there are any like emerging fast travel locations. Fast travel locations are pretty sparse low-key when you think about it too. See, it's dense here, but it's sparse like up here. Just interesting, but very weird. Some of the choices just seem very oddly balanced. It's not clear what they were ever going for. If they were ever going for anything. What would we like? What would I like to see in a Bethesda game? First things first. I've said it again. I'll never not say it. Multiplayer is fine. Multiplayer is not a problem. Multiplayer like this isn't a problem. They might be able to fix the infrastructure for another game. But the problem is just the stability in general and just the poor design choices. Like, why doesn't the game store location data and respawn your camp like once you log out. That's just like a grievance that is like ridiculous, because people, as you've seen, will spend 30 minutes at least of their game time just building a camp. So it's like, what's the point of doing that? It limits your like experience just as a whole. What is it? The game's just general like gameplay stability shouldn't be like this bad. I shouldn't be lagging like this. Gameplay stability and optimization, it shouldn't be this bad. It shouldn't be lagging like this. Shouldn't be stuttering like this. The enemies shouldn't be able to hit me after they're actually dead. Like the enemies shouldn't be glitching out. The gun shouldn't be glitching out, and the way you hold your gun shouldn't be glitching out. These are just like minor things that need to be like fixed. They shouldn't be happening, and they're not really like acceptable. The terrain is very beautiful, but at the same time the lighting engine makes it very tricky to see. Simultaneously, what is it? The terrain is not traversable. Like, so if we're talking about a new engine now, because the current engine isn't really capable of this. But what you would need is for the terrain to be traversable, whether that be like through context or just like we've seen other games like make it like possible to like climb things. We've seen Infamous, we've seen God of War like do it like back in the day when it just had like you just attached to a wall and like climb, but still it's good enough. Zelda Breath of the Wild, it's probably the best example actually when you think about it, what that would look like. But that's just talking about a new engine altogether, right? Which it needs. What the fuck happened to my pipe revolver? I think I might have like scrapped it on accident. Where'd it go, man? That should not happen. Where's the loot? Loot balances immediately. Like, the game shouldn't be like just this bad in general. Like when I say like we found so many stim packs in the early game and then there's nothing like anywhere else, that shouldn't be the case. Just balance, just general balance should be like fixed. You should be able to put more than one marker on a map. You should be able to traverse the land very easily and very quickly and very in a fun way. It should be like fun to like move through the lap, and like movement should be fun. First things first, movement should be fun. It should not be a drag to move. I shouldn't be like wasting like AP to sprint at this time, or if that's a gameplay feature, there should be improvements that are made to like my direct like ability to sprint, but it shouldn't necessarily be tied to an all-encompassing like action point system, I believe. Gameplay, gunplay should be fun. It should not be cumbersome. You should get like a lot more ammo that you get than you get now. It should be scaled correctly though. You can scale a game like correctly without making it like boring or like you can't really use anything you find. That goes for the food and water system. Supplies should be like out there and meaningful. Like also when it comes to just items that you can pick up versus items that are just in the world, it shouldn't be so intense. Like, I don't know why they ever included it like that, and I think that's like a realism thing, but I would be okay with making that a change thing to where you don't need to pick up everything in the game for it to be like memorable. Or classes of items. Classes of items like work for me just as well. Junk should be labeled junk immediately. I don't know how they would fix that. That would probably require a little bit more work than that, because I know what they're trying to do. That's like more of an artist intent thing and a studio intent thing, that they want to like do it in a certain way. So I respect that like to a certain extent. Hold on, let's focus. Little graphical glitches and bugs need to be fixed. Meshes need to be fixed. The way the game engine processes meshes needs to be changed. I was about to say where the other one go. The way you pick up items can be changed. Add a take all button. You need a take all button at least. At the very minimum, you need a take all button. You need a scan button. You need item like colored classes. So you've probably seen it in other games like Diablo or something, where you can color the classes of items and make it like apparent like what's unnecessary. You need at least one tier of that. But that's gonna do it for this episode, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the episode. Leave a dislike if you didn't like the episode. Let me know what you would like to see me play next, and also let me know what I can improve on in the general commentary or in the general like way in which I edit videos or upload the videos or the channel in general. All right, guys, I will see you next time. Goodbye.